Doing something a little different today. So I have decided to start a new series called Dinner and a Book. One of the goals and aspirations that I have here is really to make sure that you as a busy parent have time to read and do things that you want to do, but also that you share the love of reading with everyone in your family. Because I have seen firsthand what a big difference that makes. I thought it would be a lot of fun to just do this Dinner and a Book, kind of a play on dinner and a movie. So basically, we'll be taking a children's book and kind of making a themed dinner around it. My hope is that maybe you could read the book with your kids and have like a fun dinner to go with it. Just a word of the wise. Cooking is not really my strength, so I am not like making up these recipes. My husband kind of helped me come up with what a cute theme would be, and then we just Googled recipes that fit it. So I can for the most part follow a recipe, so that's what you'll see me doing here, and I will link both of the recipes that I use down below. So the book that everything is kind of centered around today is Little Blue Truck. If you don't know anything about it, it's just a cute story about a truck that basically goes to the farm and the animals make noises, and there's a mean dump truck and they have to show their friendship and things like that. What we'll be making today and what you will see is rosemary chicken, a big salad, and cornbread. I kind of thought that went with like the farmy theme. If you have time, you could also make like a pie or something like that. That was just not in the cards for me today, so we won't be doing that, but that'd be a fun addition. So follow along while we go ahead and whip up this little dinner here, and then stick around for the end because I'll also be sharing some like adult books that kind of like a farmy vibe that you could read too if you wanted to do this as like a book club theme as well.
What I'm gonna do is start with the cornbread because that takes like 20 minutes to bake in the oven, and I have like this weird thing about putting raw chicken in and then cooking something. I don't know, it probably means nothing, but whatever. So I'm gonna make the cornbread first, and then while the cornbread is cooking, I will basically whip up the chicken. Also, you'll notice in the cornbread recipe, it calls for like mixing the wet ingredients first or dry ingredients and then combining it. I don't have time for that. So we're just gonna put everything in and hope for the best.
As I'm going along and making the cornbread, I just want to take this time to point out that you 100% do not have to make cornbread from scratch. The whole point of this is just to be something fun for you to do. So if making the cornbread from a box is what you have time for, that's perfect. I do that very often. Today I just had the time to spend maybe 5 more minutes on making it from scratch. Now that the cornbread is cooking in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and start on the chicken. So for this recipe, you have to sear both sides of the chicken first and then bake it in the oven. So that's what I'm doing here while the cornbread is cooking. Trying to work on seasoning things a lot more, so we'll see how that goes. The cornbread is finally done and it looks pretty good, so I'm happy about that. So now it's time to go ahead and put the chicken in the pan and basically put that mixture over on top of it and have the chicken cooking in the oven. This is the exact moment that I realized I was supposed to wait until the end to put the parsley on, but it's too late now, no going back. The reason I picked a salad was because I figured a farm fresh salad would just be really good, so ideally I would have gotten all these things maybe from like a farmer's market or something, but that didn't happen today, so maybe in the future. Also, y'all, don't judge my cutting. This is not a cooking channel. I'm doing my best. And here is the finished product.
All right, so the first book that I found called The Farm at the Edge of the World. It seems like we're following a couple different timelines in this one. We've got Will and Alice who move into this farm and then some terrible thing happens. And so they decide if they want to reveal this secret and how they're going to move on from that. And then 70 years later, a woman named Lucy is coming back to this childhood home that she couldn't wait to get away from because her life is kind of in shambles. So it seems like we're kind of going back and forth between those multiple timelines, all revolving around this setting of this little farmhouse kind of on the edge of the earth. All right, there's also 1,000 Acres by Jane Smiley. This actually won the Pulitzer Prize in 1992. In this one, we're following the story of Larry Cook, who has this 1,000-acre farm and has actually decided to write one of his 3 daughters out of the will. And basically the synopsis says, while he deteriorates into a pathetic drunk, his daughters are basically left to pick up the pieces and face the grim realities of the family farm. It definitely doesn't seem like a cheery book, but it won the Pulitzer Prize, so I'm certain that it's probably a good book. Smiley also wrote a book called Barn Blind. It was her first novel, which takes place on a farm, so that must be a theme that she likes. So if you enjoyed The 1,000 Acres, then I would definitely check out Barn Blind because it's the same author. There's also Lucy Score's No More Secrets. So this is part of the Blue Moon series. There's 8 books in the series. It's like a small town romancy type series. So if you're looking for like an easy, quick read, I did read No More Secrets by Lucy Score. It certainly wasn't my favorite one by her, but if you really like her as an author, the first one kind of fits this farm vibe. And the rest are like small town love stories. I'm not sure if they take place in the same town or kind of what that's about. So the last one is Prodigal Summer by Barbara Kingsolver. Actually sounds really good. So it's like weaving these 3 character stories together. All of the characters own or kind of live on these little farms. They're all struggling small farms in southern Appalachia. And basically just different things happened to bring these 3 characters together, and then you're watching all of that unfold. All right, so that was it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this new series of Dinner and a Book. I hope you got some good ideas on how to kind of make it fun, bring reading into your family, and then also if you just wanted to kind of do like a theme book club dinner or something like that, I hope that you've got some good recommendations. Let me know in the comments down below what books you're reading next, what books you'd like to see featured in Dinner and a Book. And as always, let me know if you read any good farm setting books lately. I'm always looking for new recommendations. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my content. I do post videos every single week, and I will see you next time. Cheers.